Is there anybody in your life you need to forgive? Honestly. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and today's video doesn't have anything to do with real estate, but everything to do with real estate. I want to share with you why you need to forgive. There are 3 crystal clear reasons. So are there people in your life in your past that you just can't forgive? Like you go to bed at night, I know you want to be content, you want to be comfortable, you want to be relaxed, you want to be happy with where you are in your life. You want to be okay. Well, is there the exception in your mind? Like you say, oh, well, mom did this, so I can't forgive her. Or is it a sibling, or is it a coworker, or an ex, or a child? Are there relationships in your life that you've decided to overlook so that you can go to bed at night? I would like to challenge you today to look at those relationships a little bit differently. I'm going to give you 3 things that are true about those relationships that I want you to openly and honestly analyze. Listen, you've watched me do 250 videos now, and I'm telling you that I care about you, and I want you to listen and be open-minded to what I'm going to share with you today, because it's critical for you to feel like you are content and peaceful with your life. Just be open-minded and consider these things. Number 1, everybody does just as good as they can do. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean by that everybody is doing the best they can do. Everybody is taking what has happened to them in the past, their situations, their experiences, their life, and they are making day-to-day decisions based on how that has made them feel, made them act, right? They're acting based on how they might have been treated in the past. I'll give you an example. For me, I grew up without my dad around all the time. I have lack of trust in relationships, and it's because of that relationship. So that relationship, the way that I was treated makes me feel different. But is my dad at fault or not? Well, my argument would be that he acted that way. He did those things, and he's passed since, and we did reconcile this. He acted a certain way based on what happened to him in his past. Might be something that I know, but more often it's something that I don't know. But I want you to walk around in your life more. It's healthier to look at everyone and say, that person is doing the best that they can do. Give them grace for their story. The second thing you need to know about those people, and you need to know about yourself, is everyone is imperfect. Everybody. You, as a matter of fact, your children, your spouse, your boss that you worship, your best friend, your parent, if you're close to your parent, everybody is imperfect. Everybody has and acts and does things to people that make them not want to forgive. They make them hurt. They make them sad. They make them scarred. Everybody's like that. You're like that. I'm like that. And the person that you have in mind right now, as I'm talking about forgiveness, is exactly like that. Give them the grace to know that everybody, other than one person that I've ever heard of, is imperfect. The third thing that you need to realize about all of this, I would challenge you really to spend some time in quiet and figure out is, what is the upside of the way that you were treated? What did you learn from the way that you were treated in the past? Rather than holding grudges and being mean and shutting down relationships forever, why don't you look at what that situation caused you to be like? For me, like I didn't grow up with my dad around, but you know what that made me is the consummate gentleman. I held the door for my mom when I was old enough to walk, and I still do that to this day. People say I have the best manners, and it's because I didn't have a dad around, and I learned these manners from living with women. So that's the upside. Can you find the upside to the way you're treated? Now, I want to say this as a caveat. Some situations are extreme, and I'm not excusing criminal, terrible behavior, but in most cases, the grudges that you're holding is because you are having unrealistic expectations. You think people are supposed to be perfect. You're not giving grace where grace is due. You're not looking at that situation and saying, what is the upside for me? How can I turn this into a positive? We've talked about this on this video series before, that when there is an event, your response creates the outcome. If your mindset's right, when there's an event, your response creates the outcome. Same with forgiveness. Trust me, though, if you have the courage to look at this relationship and say, I'm going to treat this differently, I'm going to act differently, because I did this with my dad. And if you can do that, you will rest better at night. You will be more content. You will be more comfortable with your situation, because guess what? You have given someone the greatest gift that they could ever have, your forgiveness. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate. And today, I hope this video makes you think, and I hope it helps you rise up.